guys, it's Floss. This is Floss's Corner, where I talk about mostly cross stitch, but sometimes I might show you other things that I enjoy doing. Today's video will be my September cross stitching update, and if you're interested in what I've been up to, then keep watching. Today is Sunday, the 1st of October. I was hoping to get this done yesterday, but I was super buggered and my mother-in-law was actually here, so I just didn't get the opportunity to make the video. As usual, my videos will be in chapters. I normally do haul if I have any, then whips, then plans, and then life update at the end. I've actually got a question. So do you guys like going straight to the point, or you don't mind a bit of blabbering? I don't know, sometimes I feel like if I talk too much about other things rather than just cross stitch in the cross stitching update videos, other people might get like, chop 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 chop, why are you saying all these nonsense that we don't care about? But I also don't want to make the video sort of so matter of factly, like I'm just here to do my job and then I'm gonna just piss off. Anyway, I'm not sure whether this video looks different, but I've got a new phone now. I've had my Huawei, I don't know, is it P20 or P30 Pro or something, for getting to 5 years now, and I finally got a new phone. It is looking sharper, but I don't know, I might have to adjust some things when I edit anyway. I was playing around with the lighting for quite a while before I officially started the video. What can I tell you? It's pretty quiet in the house right now. The boys are sleeping in the cinema. JP is out, so I am making this video now before the boys will start annoying me because their knees need to be tended to. I think I'll just start talking about hauls, and if I need to tell you some things, I will say it along the way, I guess. Okay, so I can use my old phone as my notes, so which is pretty cool. So as some of you might know, I have a hobby budget. It's $50 a month, and I was in the negatives for a long time because I wanted to buy someone else's thread stash, which was I think about $200. So this month I finally got my $50 and I just went to buy stuff straight away. The first thing I bought was a $6.50 PDF pattern. It's called Chicks Can Fly. I will put a preview here. It is a pattern by 𝓕𝓵𝓸𝔃𝔃𝓽𝓾𝓫, I think. Did I write it down here? Yeah, 𝓕𝓵𝓸𝔃𝓃𝓽𝓾 on Instagram. The pattern was already stitched by 𝐼𝐸𝐴𝐺𝐸𝐵𝐻 ? So Laura or Laura. So I don't stitch a lot of animals normally, but it so happens that my boss, so my manager in the company, recently broke her elbow. We don't exactly know what happened, but she had 2 operations and she was sort of out of action for how long now? So it's been 6 weeks, and she was due to come back in tomorrow, but now she's probably gonna stay at home or try to recover for another week at least. Well, she tends to come into the office that I share with another lady, just kind of, hello my chickens, and we were just jokingly calling her like chief chicken or mother hen. So I just kind of remembered this pattern that Laura has done, and I thought, it will be perfect because there was this mother chicken and a lot of little chicks. So yeah, the moment I got my hobby budget back, I just went and bought it. The story was, apparently it wasn't like, it was supposed to be like a limited time sort of, what's it called? Stitch along, I think. So it was free before, and the lady wasn't gonna, I guess, make it available afterwards, but it must have been pretty popular because it was a pretty well designed chart. So then she decided to make it available. When I was talking to her on Instagram, she said she was going to make a website to sell this chart in particular and some of the other charts that she's got, but she said she's too busy, the website's not available yet. So if you are interested, just go on to Instagram and direct message her, and she will tell you how to make payment, and she'll just send you the PDF chart. So that's $6.50, and I actually got some pinking shears from Spotlight, which is here. So I've kind of used it a little bit just to test it. If you don't know, pinking shears have this zigzag edges, and that's supposed to, I guess, reduce fraying on the edge of the fabrics. Some people use sewing machine to sew the edges. I have a sewing machine, but I don't know how to work it, and also I'm very lazy, so whatever I can do to save time and effort, I'll do it. I've known the existence of pinking shears for a while, but I was even too lazy to go and get it. So this time we went to Spotlight and we got it. I can't remember. Oh, it's called Fiskars. So if you buy it on Amazon or wherever, it's probably cheaper, but this pair cost me $65, and I told JP this will be out of the hobby budget, it won't be counted in, just because it's technically not cross stitch related, but it's like a tool I can use for a long time. We had a little story as well. So obviously you go into a craft shop and you don't actually know which one you want to get. You just know, okay, this is the type of thing I'm gonna get. So we went to all the way at the back in Spotlight, and we just kind of looked at the different ones and was a bit clueless. So there was a pair that's a lot cheaper. It's got kind of like a cheap plasticky looking handle. JP tried it on his fingers. He said it was a little bit flimsy, and then he saw the other lady, so the worker in Spotlight, cutting fabrics for someone, and she was using, you know, a pair of pretty sturdy scissors. So he just asked her, oh, what kind of brand did you use? And she said, oh, it's the Fiskars brand. Obviously it's not the pinking shears, but these are really good, blah blah blah. So then he just went straight to grab these pairs, and obviously it's more expensive, but the lady's like, oh, the brand's really good, it will last for a long time, blah blah blah. So we just grabbed it. And sometimes I guess you just gotta also check what the staff uses, because they will not use anything that will break very easily. And other than that, I also got a gift pattern. So if you have personally interacted with Laura, she tends to go online and look for patterns 24/7, like all the time. If she's got free time and she doesn't know what to do, she'll just go online and look at patterns. And a lot of the time she'll find something and she'll message you and think, oh, I think you should stitch this. Oh, this one suits you. Why don't you buy it? As if she could get a bonus from, I don't know, recommending all these patterns. Obviously she doesn't, but you know, it's almost like a cross stitch pattern sales representatives. And then she sent me this, was it a dragon or was it a something? But it was a WoW, so World of Warcraft pattern. So I clicked on the link and you know, it was looking okay. I am sort of like a very amateur gamer, not very hardcore, but I don't play WoW. I've never played World of Warcraft before. And then I just went on to the seller to look at other patterns and saw some really cool ones. But to me, you know, I am like a cheap person, so the patterns are actually really expensive to me because most of them are like over $20 for a digital pattern that's not full coverage or not huge. And then I thought, and my brother-in-law plays a lot of WoW, maybe, and I've just been kind of struggling to find a pattern that he'll like this whole time. He is a drummer, so I was hoping to get something drumming related, but nothing really, I guess, left a good impression enough so that I want to buy it. So I got JP to have a look on all the things that the seller has to offer, and also he asked the brother-in-law, or you know, what guild or what would you like if Lorena wants to stitch something to you. And then what did he say? He said, can't remember, but he mentioned some, like, two things. I think orcs, is it orcs and something. So then I found this pattern, which I'll show the preview here. The seller is called 𝐬𝐿𝐵𝐸𝐿𝐵𝐸𝐿 stitch. 𝐬𝐿𝐵𝐸𝐿𝐵𝐸𝐿 stitch. Anyway, I'll leave all the information and links in the description box. Yeah, so this one is $20.54. I was sort of trying to get away with not paying for it, which I did. So I asked JP, oh, it's for your brother, do you think you want to pay for it so I don't have to, you know, use up my hobby budget, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, okay. We finally found a pattern for my brother, so sure, I can pay for it. So he used his hobby budget to pay for this. And yeah, so I got 15% off. I think maybe it was supposed to be almost like $25. Nah, 24? Maybe $24. So I got it for $20.54. Yeah, so that's the second pattern that I got. And then I went on to get, so since I wanted to get on with like the gifts, especially like Chicks Can Fly, that one, so I was missing just a couple colors, I think, and I was hoping to get a fabric for the second gift pattern as well. And then, you know, automatically I just went on to JK's cross stitch supplies, because when I was crazily buying things, that's normally where I would go, and she had reasonable prices on almost everything, I'd say. So then I picked what I wanted, and then was about to check out, but then I also wanted to check how much the shipping would be, because I was told that her shipping has gone up a lot, and it has. So I think the goods would have cost about $19, $18 to $19, but the actual shipping was about $15. So I was like, I don't really want to pay that much for shipping if I can avoid it. So then I went on the hunt to find some cheaper alternatives. Laura was trying to help me too, because, you know, she's quite well versed in all the different shops, but they just didn't work out. And then it so happened that I noticed someone in one of the cross stitch Facebook groups asked, I think, oh, aside from JK's Cross Stitch Supply, where else do you go? And someone said Crafty Threads. I was like, huh? I've never heard of this shop before. Let me go on and have a look. And they don't have the initial 18 count Ada I wanted from JK's Cross Stitch Supply, but I just got like a sort of similar replacement. And the price was like, it was a couple dollars more than JK's, but nothing that I can't handle. And then the shipping was only $4, I think it's $3.95. So unless you can I think buy enough that that's eligible for free shipping, otherwise the maximum you'll pay is $3.95. And the total was, I wrote it down here. So in total, I spent $22.75. That saved me about $10. And yeah, so I actually bought everything on 24th of September, which was a Sunday. And then the order was ready, and I got an email about it on the day, Sunday, and I was so impressed. I still haven't got it yet because Friday was a public holiday. I think if it wasn't a public holiday, I would have got it now, but you know, I might have to either show you the stuff I got in the next cross stitch update, or a small video later. Anyway, we'll see. So yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you're in Australia, with the prices of, I guess, postage going up so much, you might have to sort of shop around sometimes. With cross stitching, like with JK's Cross Stitch Supply, especially if you want kits, her prices are still really, really cheap. But if you just want, you know, a couple threads with some fabrics, the shipping might take you back a little. So just try to, I guess, find some of the other alternatives to see whether it will save you a couple bucks. Not that I'm recommending you not to go there. See your situation. For me, I'm on a tight budget, so I gotta be a bit smarter with my money. Some people might prefer one shop over the other, even though they have to pay a bit more just for, you know, the extra service. They personally know the owner, or for like the really fast shipping or something like that. But yeah, see your situation and decide, you know, how you want to shop, which one you want to shop with, stuff like that. And then I also, so in my last video, I actually mentioned I wanted to FFO my wedding day by Soda Stitch. And I was hoping for recommendations on how to finish it, and Laura sent me a video. I want to say it's by caterpillar cross stitch, but I'm not quite sure. It was a hoop finish with a felt backing hand sewn. So I bought a vintage hoop from Etsy. I haven't got that either. It is from a shop called She Loves Craft AU. I bought a 6-inch hoop. I actually thought it could be tightened, but now I'm thinking it probably can't be. So yeah, I don't know how it's gonna go. I'll show you when I have it, maybe. Yeah, I'm not quite decided on, you know, when I'll show you the actual physical things, whether I want to do it straight away once I receive them and make like a very short video just to show you that. It just seems a bit tacky though. Just to see, look at the stuff I got. Or maybe I'll do like a community post to update you. That might be better, I think. So that one I didn't include it in my hobby budget either. I think it was about $6 or $7, and I got it free. Yeah, I got it with free shipping, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, after everything I've bought that was included in the hobby budget, the leftover was $20.25. I think I did okay. And that's the end of the haul. Unfortunately, there's nothing physical that I can show you. Oh, actually, I did show you the pinking shoes, but that's not very exciting. So my question to you guys in this video is, other than watching floss tubes, what other shows do you, what other things you normally watch when you cross stitch? So it could be like, I don't know, Netflix, YouTube, other like true crimes or whatever. Yeah, just let me know what you tend to watch when you cross stitch. In terms of me, I tend to watch, so if I am cross stitching with JP, so the normal arrangement is I cross stitch and JP would paint next to me. And if that's the case, we tend to watch shows that we can watch together. Recently it has been The Last of Us and The Wire. I might elaborate on this a bit further later, because otherwise I am like rambling too much at the start of this video. Feel like I've already talked too much during the whole section already. Okay. Oh, but I didn't finish it. So if it's both of us watching together, it tends to be shows or sometimes movies. We don't watch movies very often these days. But if it's just me, I tend to watch YouTube a lot more. Mostly true crimes, or I sometimes will watch, I guess, content creators making fun of the entertainment industries, especially about celebrities in China, because the situations can be very stupid. So yeah, that's me. Tell me what you watch. And now we can talk about whips. Like I said in the last video, September was mostly me doing CPD points. So that's continued professional development, CPD points. As a pharmacist, we are required to complete 40 points per year. And yeah, I got that done. but because of that I didn't get to stitch too much. So altogether I stitched 17 days. And I've got a couple of days stitching like 2 different projects. So for me, I tend to like to focus on one project every time. Very rarely do I feel like, oh, I'll stitch this one for half an hour and change to the other one and then the other one, because I'll keep saying this over and over again. I am very lazy. I don't really want to waste time unloading a project, put it away and then grab another one and put the thing on and then do it again. So yeah, it tends to be just one project for the whole day. And the first project I worked on was Paris in Flowers. So this one is a 𝓕𝓵𝓸𝔃𝔃𝓽𝓾 project, and it's a kit. And this is the preview. It is quite large, and it's stitched on 18 count. So the final project would be 47 by 34 centimeters or 18.5 by 13.33 inch. And it's got 54 colors. And I actually got the kit as a birthday present 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, it is a series of cross stitch I'd like to do to represent the countries JP and I have been to together. And yeah, we went to Paris during our honeymoon. We only stayed there for 2 days. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go on the Eiffel Tower, but we kind of just walked around there a little bit. So I think last month when I talked to you, I might have only worked on it for 1 day, and I said I wasn't happy with the progress, so I was going to continue doing it, and I did continue. I stitched on this one for 4 days. Yep. And this is where I'm at now. So I'll get it closer to you a bit later. And I just saw a hair at the back. And I'll do a comparison left to right. Yep. I am still mainly focusing on the second page, so where the building is, and I'll get it closer to you. So this time I stitched more on the sky area. So the main goal is to fully finish second page so I can start using Markup RXP, because I have scanned the whole pattern into Markup RXP, but before that I was just using GoodNotes, so just a normal PDF reader and mark off manually when I finish the cross stitch. But yeah, so I don't think I did too much here, but yeah, it's mostly on the sky and some maybe on the bottom, because this area is so boring, you know. It is looking okay. It's just quite slow, because I'm a slow stitcher. So if I do take it out again, I think I'll continue completing the sky here until I completely finish this side of page 2. And when I get bored, I will do some of the more exciting, colorful bits here. So how long did I stitch for? I stitched for 6 hours and 15 minutes. stitched on Funny Coffee. This is a PDF pattern. The preview will be there. So I got it on my bobbin. It is by 𝓕𝓵𝓸𝔃𝔃𝓽𝓾 cross stitch design, and the designer, I will leave the name down. I can't remember, sorry. So this will be a gift for a cafe JP and I tend to frequent. It is a family run cafe, and I have decided to complete it hopefully by the end of November, if not earlier, so I can send it to Taryn, so 𝓕𝓵𝓸𝔃𝓃𝓮, to do a flat fold for me, and I can gift it to the cafe owners as their Christmas present. So that would be pretty amazing. What can I tell you? There's not that much to say. So this is the first pattern, PDF pattern I got that has like different strands of black color back stitching. Oh yeah. So this one, it's stitched on 28 count even weave. It's a printed fabric by 𝐵𝐤𝐻𝐻. It's called Rustique. I will pop this one on the back so it's less transparent. And I'll do a comparison comparison photo here. I have stitched on this for 5 days, I'm pretty sure. 5 days, 6 hours and 45 minutes. So now I have reached 86.7%. I still have a lot of back stitching to do. I've done some on the swirl, like the cherry swirl at the bottom, but I haven't fully completed it, I don't think. And yeah, I am getting so close. Unfortunately, even if I finish the pattern, I still have some other stuff to do, because I do want to put their cafe name down here. So I still gotta design that. The good thing is their actual cafe logo is quite simple. It's kind of like a black background with their actual name cut out, sort of. Do you call that cut out? So black background, but the actual name is white. Does that make sense? So yeah, I'm quite happy with the progress. Ideally I would finish it this month, so in October, but I don't think I should do that, because then I won't have time to stitch anything else other than the 2 coffee projects I want to finish this year, and that will make my life very miserable. Okay. Let me just check whether I have written down anything. Nope, that's it. And then the next project I worked on was Coffee Break. It is a kit by Designworks, and it's stitched on 14 count Aida. Do you call this a sampler? I don't know. It's not a Quaker, I don't think, but yeah, it's probably a sampler. The plan is to finish it by the end of the year. Pretty much do 1 coffee per month. Yeah, I am down here now, so I'm getting really close, but I have a lot of complaints just because I feel like I can't finish it fast enough, or as fast as I'd like. So yeah. And as you can see, I did try out the pinking shears a little bit on this one. So yeah, Laura can get less annoyed now because it doesn't have as much frayed situation here. So yeah, I just finished the frappe. I was feeling a bit annoyed on Saturday because if I were to make that video, this square wouldn't have been fully finished. But because I was feeling quite exhausted, I just went ahead and finished it. And yeah, I even started a little bit that way. So hopefully, I mean, I say hopefully, but the next one will be this square, which is Turkish coffee. But I think it's gonna take even longer just because it is quite full of stitches. Is there much I can tell you? There's not much to say about this. I just really want it done because I have been stitching this for quite a while. I want to say more than a year and a half, but yeah, I guess I'll show the actual time on the screen, but I think I've had it for probably a year and a half at least. And JP is quite happy about it because he's like, oh, it's a project for me. But I said, no, it's a project for the house. It's for the kitchen. It's not just for you. Did I tell you how long? No, I haven't told you how long I've stitched. On this bloody project, I stitched for 10 days. And it took me 17.5 hours to finish that bloody square. And I just can't believe how long. That's insane. Oh, I wrote. So part of the reasons why it took so long was, as you could tell, they didn't give you, when it's in a kit, it's very rare that the company gives you a lot of like XX fabric on the edge. And this one was the same. It's pretty tight on the edge. And I don't stitch in hand. I normally can't handle it. But with this one, because there isn't a lot of fabric, especially the border, I had to stitch in hand. So it was quite frustrating and slow. Yeah, the back, so I almost ended up doing that whole square stitching in hand. So I guess that's why it took even longer. I am a pretty slow stitcher anyway, so I would have taken long. But yeah, 17.5 hours to finish that, it's a bit embarrassing, but you know, as long as it's done, I just want it done. I'll just pop it in. And if you normally read community posts, I don't do a lot of them, but sometimes, especially I'm on a kind of a MIA, I would make like a couple community posts just to tell you I'm still here, I'm just busy. I did mention I would do this video and also a stitch with me. It has happened. So I did the stitch with me on Friday. It was the grand final day in Victoria. I haven't edited yet. Normally a stitch with me doesn't take much editing, but this one, because I do want to include some photos and videos when I can, and I have to look for them, so it's going to take a while. With that video, I stitched on the countryside, and I only stitched on the project during the stitch with me pretty much. So I did a little bit of testing stitching because it has been a while since I last stitched on it, before the stitch with me. So yeah, this is the preview. It is a kit I bought from Amazon. It's a pretty big board as well. It's probably the biggest project I'm doing now, and it's also the longest running project. So it's been getting to 3 years. November will be 3 years. But yeah, I'm still on like the first 33%, like up there, the 6 pages. I'm not gonna show you the project, because whenever I take the project down from my 𝓕𝓵𝓸𝔃𝓃𝓮 stand, it always takes me ages to fully load it again. So before that happens, I would not touch it. So I will just show you the progress there, like when it's still on the stand. So I'll insert the clip here. Just showing you the project when it's still loaded onto the bar and the 𝓕𝓵𝓸𝔃𝓃𝓮 stand. So I was literally just stitching this bit. I filled in more here, and I think I might have filled in a bit more here as well. And there's a bit of dog hair, I think. Yeah, so that's literally the extent of how much I've done into, I think, 2.5 hours during that stitch with me. There's not that much difference. Yeah, with that project, as you could see, I haven't stitched a lot because it was only about 2.5 hours. I was just mainly stitching on the last page of the first 6. Yeah, the plan is to finish the first 6 pages so I can scan the patterns in Markup RXP as well, so I can use that to stitch, and hopefully it's much faster. Because right now, eyeballing can be very frustrating with full coverage, because I just tend to miss a lot of ones. Especially I tend to like kind of want to complete a certain color around an area, and coming back and finding you've missed one spot here, one spot there is very frustrating. So, and I actually stitched another project. Unfortunately, it's just yesterday as well. So I finished the frappe square on coffee break last night, and I thought, oh, I haven't touched bunnies for a bit, so I ended up stitching 40 minutes on the bunny. I will put the preview here as well. It is an Etsy pattern by Light Unicorn Design, I think. It's like a wreath. It's also a gift for a friend who has 2 bunnies. The color scheme is kind of similar to these 2 bunnies I'm stitching now. And here it is. I'll put something on the back. I'm not going to show you the progress, because 40 minutes, how much progress would you expect? But this is where I'm at now. And then I'll get it closer to you. So the fabric is a hand-dyed fabric. It's 16 count Blue Sky by Paddock Lane Designs. Oh, I remember now. I was gonna say I forgot what percentage I'm on. I was literally just stitching on this bunny's body, which is a lot more satisfying. Last night I was in a bit of a blocky stitching mode. Not mode, mood. That's what I'm saying, mood. So yeah, I think I might have stitched some of this, filled in some of the missing stitches here. I think this is all done. I made an effort to make sure this area is all done because it's really confetti heavy. I just wanted to make sure so that I don't have to come back to it. But yeah, the whole wreath is quite painful. Right now I am still just under 30%. So it's 29.8% when I checked last night. Yep. It is quite cute. But yeah, I don't know when I'll finish. And I think her bunnies are quite old now, maybe like 10 years old. They recently just had their birthday. Maybe last month. I feel like I saw a post. It is quite nice. Yeah. And that's the end of my whip update. Because JP is not here, and actually he only stitched on his project when I was doing my stitching with me, so I don't think he stitched much. So with like his project will be shown in the next cross stitching update video, so I can get him to show you exactly where he stitched because I got no idea. Yep, so sorry there's no guest stitching appearance in this video. He actually went to play Kings of War, the miniature game, with his friends, and he'll be back much later. And now it's plans. In terms of stitching plans, I want to continue stitching on the bunnies for a little bit. I do want to fill in more on the body. I definitely get it over to 30%. That is pissing me off. I'm hoping to get it at least 35%, but I don't know whether that's gonna happen with my stitching speed. Hopefully the body will stitch faster just because it is a lot blocky, especially I think more towards like the left of that bunny. There's a lot of one color, but yeah, you never know. And then I also need to make steady progress on the 2 coffee projects. Like I mentioned previously, I do want to get them finished by, you know, the end of the year, especially the funny coffee one. That's gonna get finished November. I'm hoping mid-November, but no promises. Here I wrote I want to stitch more on the countryside. We'll see. I do. The plan is to finish the first 6 pages so I can change to another large project that I've got called Spring Will Come by 𝐕𝐴𝐺𝐸. But now I don't know, I am kind of itching to stitch on that because that one has a lot of blue and I do like stitching blues. So I'm not sure whether I can be bothered waiting for that long until I can get that project out. I might just swap it at some point. But the first stage of stitching on the countryside is to at least finish more on that top bit so I can roll my quantum frame bar a bit so that fabric doesn't have a lot of excess on the edge either, and the fabric itself is quite soft, so the rod going on top doesn't quite stop the fabric from like coming out. I'm thinking once I can roll it a couple times, it will be easier to tighten the fabric without worrying that, you know, the whole thing's gonna come apart. So what else did I write down? Oh, I also wrote down I want to try and FFO the Soda Stitch gift pattern, the Soda Stitch gift cross stitch project for the wedding in November. So I want to try hand sewn on that felt backing, but I wasn't sure whether I wanted to put something extra on it. For example, I have seen some pom-poms. Like, I don't know whether I should glue the pom-poms on the on the outside of the hoop, or whether it's even thick enough for me to do it, or I need to do something like extra on the front, like do some ribbon or whatever. I don't know. What would you suggest? I guess I'll have to see what it looks like without anything. It might be good enough, or if it does look a bit boring, yeah, I might have to do like some kind of knot, just to, yeah, give it a bit more pizzazz. And also, October is a pretty big month for me, for us really. So October is my birthday month. My birthday is on 24th of October, so I am turning 31, and we do want to celebrate it, so I did get that day off. I have some plans in terms of how to celebrate. We want to have like a relaxing sort of long weekend, but it's not quite a solid plan yet. I haven't booked anything. Not only is it my birthday month, it is also our anniversary month. So at the end of October, we would have been married we will have been married for 6 years. We got married in 2017. Yeah, so I am thinking maybe I'll do a vlog type of video, but we'll see what happens then. I might not be in a suitable mood to do it, because yeah, I think it will be quite different from last year, because last year I had the miscarriage just before my 30th birthday, and also I was hoping to start a chatelaine project sort of just around my birthday, but it didn't happen, and then the mood just kind of went away. So yeah, I might end up doing some new starts this month just to celebrate it. I guess we'll see what happens. It also might depend on how much progress I can make on the 2 coffee projects. So yeah, ideally I would like to start at least one thing. Yeah, maybe start on that chicken pattern. We'll see. I think that's about it. If you don't care about life updates, maybe this is where I bid you goodbye, and thank you for watching. Otherwise, with whoever's left here, there are not too many things that have happened this month. Obviously I finished my CPD points. I got it done 1 week early so I could stitch a bit more last week, and like I said, I got a new phone and JP also got a new phone. JP didn't want a very expensive phone. he doesn't really have like a certain requirement in terms of, you know, the phone needs to be this powerful, blah blah blah. He just wants a phone that can last for his battery, because he uses a lot of hot spotting on the train. So he has long train rides going in and out of the city all the time, and he doesn't want to waste time just sitting around on the train, so he tends to do a lot of work. And hotspotting uses a lot of battery on the phone, so he needs his phone to have a solid battery. And also I think he wants to avoid the really common kind of models, so he ended up getting a Nokia. And obviously before he got the Nokia, he checked some of the the specs, and he was happy with them. And then when we got to the shop assistant was like, oh, they're trying this model, so they're trying to make their phones like fixable for a layperson, so it's easier to fix the screen. It's even got like a replaceable battery, and he was very happy about that. So I got this Samsung Galaxy Note S23, is it? Oh, maybe no Note. S23 Ultra. I needed my phone to have really good camera because, you know, obviously I'm making videos here. And this one has pretty awesome battery. This one has pretty awesome camera. The only thing is, sometimes, like when I want to take a selfie or whatnot, it kind of makes you look slightly better than you are, but in a, I don't know, it makes me feel some type of way. But if I want to take pictures of my projects or different things, it looks really good. So yeah, I am for now happy with the camera. I just don't know what it will look like in the video. So we'll see. Also, just last week I found out, what did I say last week? Or just like a couple days ago, I found out that I actually have subclinical or borderline hypothyroidism. I did the blood test at the start of September, and then I finally went to the doctor to, I guess, discuss the results. Apparently my thyroid stimulating hormone is slightly higher than normal, but my T3, T4, so the thyroxine that's floating in my body, is not like on the high end. It's sort of on the lower end. The doctor was asking me whether I've got, you know, all these symptoms, whether I've got weight gain, whether I felt increasingly tired, whether like my gastrointestinal tract is working properly, stuff like that. I'm just thinking, I've always felt tired. Like I've felt tired for so long, I don't even know when it started, whether it got increasingly worse or anything. I'm just tired all the time. And the weight gain, I think, thinking back now, it is quite weird that I haven't really changed much of my lifestyle, but for some reason I am gaining weight, and also my weight is not going away. And I don't know, like sometimes when the doctor tells you, oh, you've got this, the first thing you think about is why? Like, what happened? And with this, I can't say I know. I think so many things could have caused it. A simple answer could be just because I'm aging, but I'm just 30, would my body just suddenly decide to, oh, okay, this is it, I'm gonna give up, are you gonna have all these problems? Or it could be because I've had my like cyst removal. So I had my like keyhole surgery to remove my cyst March last year, and apparently they found some thyroid tissues in my ovaries, well, in the cyst, because they did a histology. And I don't know whether it had anything to do with that, but I did do a blood test to test TSH and T3, T4 levels a couple months after I've done the surgery, and it was all normal. And I went back to check all the other tests, and they were all normal until this most recent one. So I don't know whether the surgery had anything to do with it. And like I said, I did have a miscarriage last year, sort of maybe a week or so before my 30th birthday. I don't know whether the pregnancy caused it, or the fact that the miscarriage caused it, or it was there the whole time, so that caused the miscarriage. I just kept asking myself exactly what happened. But regardless, now I need to take my 𝓕𝓵𝓸𝔃𝓃𝓃𝓮, and this morning I just took the very first tablet, and it could just be placebo effect. I'm not quite sure, but I was telling JP, you know, normally, especially like today, we had daylight savings, so I didn't have as much sleep as I would have liked, so it would have been maybe just 7 hours sleep. If normally I would feel like I literally want to close my eyes, this morning when I was walking the doggies, it was kind of like, oh yeah, I can keep my eyes open for a bit. I don't feel like I want to immediately shut my eyelids. So that was interesting. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I need to go get another blood test done after 6 weeks, and then see the doctor to see whether the drugs have helped. Yeah, I guess we'll take it from there. And another thing I guess worth talking to you about is I think most people are subscribed to Netflix, and like our Netflix was shared with my brother-in-law, who is quite disadvantaged, and also does not have a lot of money. I guess you can say he is somewhat struggling financially. And then just in recent months, Netflix announced that they're going to stop this account sharing business. You have to make sure your account is only using one IP address, blah blah blah. If you want to add a second one, you have the choice of paying, I don't know, like $9 or something on top. And I just told JP, this is ridiculous. I'm not doing that. I'm not condoning a company just trying so hard to get people to pay more, just so that they can earn so much more money. So we officially stopped subscribing to Netflix. So there's no more Netflix and chill. Instead, we now have a binge account. That's why we can watch The Last of Us, and there's also The Wire. I mean, we have been wanting to watch I have been wanting to watch The Wire for a long time, considering people are always talking about, oh, this was like, you know, the milestone of crime show, blah blah blah, it's so good. And we might have tried it once when everyone was still, you know, illegally downloading stuff years ago, but for some reason with this streaming situation, it was very hard to find it, and binge like as a provider, was never on our radar until we decided to unsubscribe to Netflix. And it so happened that they actually have The Wire. So we started watching it, and it's bloody fantastic. And I'm so glad I didn't decide to, I guess, persist with it years ago, because my English was nowhere near as fluent as now. And also I would struggle so bad with the accent and, you know, how casually they talk. And yeah, it also has like other shows we want to watch as well. I think, oh, what's that Italian crime show? Sopranos? The Sopranos or something? It also has that. So I think we will spend a lot of time watching different shows for a while. Yeah, I don't know whether this like IP restriction on the account will spread to other suppliers, but seriously, don't be a dick. Don't do that. A lot of people share accounts because they don't have that much money to spare doing all these different, you know, subscriptions and whatnot after they pay for their necessities. So yeah, but for now we're really enjoying Binge. What else? I think that's pretty much the end of the video. There's not too much happening. I think with work there might be, I guess without saying too much, it could get messy in a couple of weeks. So there could be a lot of like staying back, which will definitely affect my stitching time, because during the week I only have time to stitch after work, maybe like an hour, or if I'm lucky an hour and a half. Yeah, I don't know. At this stage, I don't know anything. Oh, another thing is, I actually didn't want to do this much makeup, but I bought this like magnetic lashes thingo. So it's like you have the eyeliner and then you put the magnetic lashes on. It's supposed to like go onto this liner that's also magnetic. I thought, okay, I'll use this opportunity to try it out, and then if it works I can use it next week, because I've got this hen celebration thing I need to go to next Saturday, and obviously you want to look, you know, glam, more glam than normal. I tried it, it didn't work. I think the band's just too thick, so it looks very fake on my eyes, because as you can see, my eyes are just typical Asian eyes with double eyelids, and this double eyelid is quite narrow, and if I put that on, it literally covers the whole layer. Nah. So just to cover that, I had to do a lot of eyeliner. Anyway, I don't think you care about that, but that's why I'm kind of made up for this video. Yeah, so the rest of today would be a lot of editing. I need to edit 2 videos. Hopefully I can quickly get them out. If not, one will be out like the end of today or tomorrow morning, and the other one will be sort of midweek. We'll see what happens, how efficient I can get, and let me know if you have any questions. Leave me your answers to my questions down in the comment section. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, the Instagram handle is just 𝐕𝐵𝓸𝔃𝓃𝓮𝓾. I don't post very often. I'm not a very, like, I don't know, social media, what's the word? I don't have a huge presence on social media just because I don't think about it a whole lot. Sometimes when I finally have, I guess, this mood to post something, it's been like 3 weeks or a month. But if you do want to follow me, go on Instagram. It is easier to, you know, communicate with me if you want, because, you know, you can just send a message. So yeah, do that if you like. Otherwise, just I hope you've enjoyed the video, enjoyed me rambling. I don't know whether it's the drug or whatever, but I have talked a lot and quite fast sometimes. I never considered me as like a fast talker. Even in Chinese, I talk quite slowly. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've, you know, stitched something when you're listening to me babbling. And I will hopefully see you in the next video very soon. Yeah, look after yourself and happy stitching. Bye.